If you're 18 and you're choosing to travel instead of buying real estate, it could cost you over $5 million. When I was 18, I bought my first property for $720,000. I am now 28, and that same property is worth almost $1.5 million, which means over the last 10 years, it's made me over 700 grand. If I didn't buy that property at 18 and I chose to buy it at 28, I'd have to spend $700,000 more to buy it, and I also would have missed out on $700,000 of capital growth. Now, if I didn't buy the property at 28 and I bought it at 38, you haven't just left $700,000, you have then left $2.2 million on the table, because you'd have to pay $2.9 million to buy the same property that you could have bought for $720,000 at 18. And if you leave it until you're 48 years old, that $720,000 property that you could have purchased at 18 will set you back almost $5.9 million, which means you've left $5.2 million of potential gains on the table. The earlier that you can get into real estate, the more money you are going to make over a long period of time. Now, a lot of people, when they're 18 or 19 or 20 years old, they don't invest because they want to go travel, be young, go and spend your money, buy the car. But how about if you could travel everywhere you want to, do everything you wanted to do, and buy real estate? If I did absolutely nothing, I didn't buy more real estate, I just simply held that one property over the 10 years, I'm now 28, I would have made 720 grand. And that $720,000 that I made essentially means that I made $72,000 per annum every single year from 18 to 28. That $72,000 per annum I made in growth over that 10-year period could have paid for all of the travel, the experiences, the cars, etc., etc. And at the end of the 10 years, I've spent all of the money, I've done everything I've wanted to do, and I still own the real estate, which then from when I'm 28 to when I'm 38 grows by another $1.4 million. So instead of waiting until you're 28 and spending an extra $700,000 to buy the same property, plus spending all of the money that you've spent on travel and experience and everything else, if you start here, this will actually pay for everything that you want to do after that point in time. And the amazing thing is, with all the first home buyer incentives in the marketplace at the moment, you don't need $720,000 to buy your first property. You need a 5% deposit, so you only need 36 grand to make $700,000. And that just continues to grow. And eventually, by the time you're 48, that same property is worth almost $6 million from your initial $36,000 investment. This is how you get wealthy. The longer you leave it, the more it costs and the harder it is to get into the market.